So for claimants who are stuck on pending, this is a huge problem. And it's a big problem because there's a variety of different reasons why someone could be stuck in pending. And for the majority of those reasons, the EDD does not reach out to claimants directly. If they do reach out directly, it takes them quite some time for them to reach out. I have subscribers who have been pending for several months, some several weeks, but it can take quite a deal of time in order to get them fixed. Now, in order to fix most pending issues, claimants need to call into customer service and get the direct help of a customer service representative. Now, there are a few reasons why you might be stuck in pending that you could be able to fix on your own. Number one would be if you're subject to an ID verification hold and you have not taken care of that yet, you have not yet verified your ID, or if you didn't complete it properly. Now, ID.me shows you a green check mark, and it emails you at the end of your ID verification process. It emails you a confirmation. Now, many claimants miss the very last step of the ID verification process and aren't aware that they miss a step because there's kind of a misleading message that pops up. The ID verification on ID.me will tell you after you have scanned your ID document and after you've done your video selfie to scan your face and match it to your ID, ID.me will tell you this is complete. And then very small down below, it says now return to your browser and complete the last step. And so many people miss that. And their ID verification is just sitting there incomplete. So for some claimants, they may see pending because they didn't complete all of those steps in that process. Now, for other claimants, they may see pending because they completed the steps in that process, but the EDD has not yet applied that verification to their claim. In most cases, the EDD applies this automatically, and then they send you a text message. But for some claimants, their ID verification was sent from ID.me and was just sitting with the EDD dormant. A call into customer service allowed them to kind of kickstart the EDD, applying that to their claim. Now, for others, they may be stuck in pending because of a stop payment alert being applied to their claim. Now, the audit report that we had several weeks ago or a month ago released information that the EDD had put a hold on applying something called a stop payment alert to claims, which is basically something that triggers the system that says, hey, this claim might not be entitled to benefits, and it puts a hold on their payments. Now, stop payment alerts are triggered for a variety of different reasons, but what seems to be triggering them quite frequently right now are the certification questions. Many claimants who are entitled to receive benefits, but maybe they are someone who is perhaps staying home to care for a child or a sick loved one, etc., they might be answering the certification questions in a way that is related to the pandemic, but the system isn't programmed for it necessarily. So if they answer that no, they are not able to accept full-time work, that, for an example, is something that would trip up that system and get them stuck in pending. This would then require them to have an eligibility interview over the phone with customer service to essentially make sure that they are eligible for benefits. The problem is that EDD doesn't notify them of this. And oftentimes EDD doesn't call them on their own or even try to set up a phone appointment. So claimants who are stuck in pending would need to call into customer service and try to see what's going on with that in order to get that cleared. There's one other reason for stuck in pending that is a major problem right now, and that is claims that have reached the end of their benefit year and they need to reapply, but the EDD did not tell them this. Now, if a claim has reached the end of its benefit year, the EDD for many claimants is still populating certifications. Even though they're not eligible to receive payments under that claim, the EDD is still populating those certifications. And so claimants are certifying for those weeks and they are stuck in pending, and they eventually move to not paid or disqualified. Now, because those claimants didn't receive a notification to file a new claim, they don't know what the problem is. So they would need to either file a new claim online or call into customer service to do this in the most efficient, fastest possible way.